why women hate the red pill. Why are they constantly trying to shut down videos like mine? Why are they constantly jumping in the comment section and hating and trying to shame us for exposing female nature? Why do they hate the red pill so much? They hate the red pill because we are exposing their own hypergamy. And in many ways, because we are reaching tens of thousands, even millions of men out there with this newfound red pill knowledge, we are becoming a threat to them exercising their open hypergamy and being able to ride the CC and constantly looking for the bigger, better deal without men being aware of it, okay? Without men consciously being aware of it. We are waking more men up with videos like these, and women hate that. Anything that blocks or puts barriers against their ability to search for the bigger, better deal, to exercise their open hypergamy, they immediately get threatened by and they try to shut down. Even though, like, subconsciously, they're not aware that they're actually trying to defend their right to be able to basically use men and use society and milk government in order to subsidize their hypergamy, right? By the way, I'm driving by Hayton Ashbury right now. This is where I was born and raised, guys. It's nighttime here. I'm out here visiting family this weekend. As you guys know, I'm originally from San Francisco. I grew up here in the Haight during the 70s, so it's been a while. Now I'm living in LA happily and just here to visit for right now. So this place has not changed one bit. In any case, women despise the red pill because it is pretty much the only entity that is preventing them from full-blown hypergamy. We're the only ones that are standing in their way, guys. Make no mistake about it. I mean, even society, everything in society is designed to support a woman's hypergamous ways. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Hollywood even. Look at all these movies about, you know, women dating like multiple men and trying to search for, you know, the right partner and trying to search for, you know, Prince Charming and all this other stuff. It all supports open hypergamy. Make no mistake about it. And the funny thing is, the only women that I've noticed that do support the red pill are women who are married. Women who have already settled down and have a family. Those are the rare women in my comment section who are actually supportive of my work and supportive of what I'm teaching you guys. You know, no surprise that the women that are hating, right? I would say 99.9% of the women hating below in the comment section are all single, unmarried, over 30, damaged goods. As I've taught you guys, single women over 30 are damaged goods. They're all the same type of women that, you know, I'm describing in my videos. That's why they get so angry. You know, it's because they know the shoe fits a little too well. They know I'm describing them. That's why they get so pissed off and jump into these emotional tirades, because it's the first time that any man in their life or any man they've ever interacted with has told them the truth, has bothered to step up to their shenanigans and, you know, put them in their place, and they can't take it. It's like a child who's had like shitty parenting their entire lives. Nobody's ever told them what they've done wrong. All of a sudden, like, you get a parent who puts his foot down and that child starts to shape up, right? It's like going into a high school where all the kids are just used to like having no authority and running around and doing drugs and doing all sorts of crazy shit because there's nobody to tell them otherwise. But then one day, a new dean comes in, right? A new dean comes in, takes over the school, and starts putting everyone in their place. Those kids are gonna react because they're not used to it. Just like the women in my comment section below who are hating. They're not used to a man stepping up and telling them what they need to hear as opposed to what they want to hear. And I advise more of you guys to do the same. Stop kowtowing to these women just because you want to get in their pants, just because you want to have sex with them. Stop doing that. And you're never gonna have sex with them that way anyway, right? Women don't respect guys who do shit like that, who are like trying to play the fake nice guy so that he can manipulate his way into having sex with her. Okay, instead, you are much better off pissing her off. You are much better off standing her ground, telling her what she maybe doesn't want to hear, but she needs to hear. Okay, and women listening to opinions is a dangerous business. Because women are not used to hearing opinions outside of her own. Just because society and men have coddled them, like literally coddled women for so many years. They are so entitled and so like they become so brainwashed with their own self-importance and narcissism that they think that their opinions are the only ones that matter, even though none of their opinions are ever based on facts, statistics, research. Everything I point out in my coaching videos is based on facts, statistics, research, and they come after me with their biased opinions like, well, that's not true for me, but what about me? It's like me. That's a woman's favorite note, by the way, is me. It's like, hey, did it ever occur to you that the world doesn't revolve around you and your biased opinions? No. The red pill, for most women, I'll say most women who are unmarried, still single, over the age of 30, this shit is going to really piss them off. It's going to really disturb them. And don't think for a second I did not know that going in when I started doing more red pill coaching videos. I knew that going in, that a lot of these older, bitter old hags were going to start hating in my comment section. A lot of these old maids, a lot of these spinsters, a lot of these unmarried harpies were going to come into my comment section. A lot of these single moms, they're going to come in and start hating on these topics. But you know who's not hating on these topics? Married women. Women who are happily married. I might get a few married women who are unhappily married in the comment section, like bitching and yelling at me and trying to shame me because they're not happy in their own marriages. There's a reason why they're spending their time down below as opposed to trying to please their man. All right, but at the end of the day, they hate the red pill, right? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them for hating the red pill because it is exposing them for who they truly are. And it's forcing women to look in the mirror, okay? And women don't like that. Women don't like to be held accountable for their actions. You know that, guys. Women have no agency. They do not like to be held accountable for their own actions or bad decisions, right? Just look at a lot of these single mom memes that you see on Google, right? A lot of these single mom memes like literally say things like, it's a privilege to raise another man's child. Literally, I saw this meme, guys. It said, it is a privilege for a man to raise another man's child. I'm like, are they serious? And it was serious. And a lot of single moms had copy and pasted this meme onto their Instagram profile. It's like, how much more entitled can you possibly get? But women do not like to be told when they're wrong. They want their ideas and their opinions to be the law of the land. And it just doesn't work that way. Okay, this is why they equate women to children. Women, at the end of the day, are really just children in adult bodies. By the way, hey, this is Mel's Drive-In on Geary Boulevard in San Francisco. This was actually the very first job that I had in high school. I worked at this Mel's Drive-In as a soda jerk. Okay, a soda jerk is basically the guy who makes milkshakes. So basically back there where the, I don't even know if you could see it, but back where the balloons are, that's where I was working. I worked here for my senior year in high school. I worked here. I can't believe this place is still here. It's owned by a man named Stephen Weiss, who has gone on to open a chain of Mel's Drive-Ins pretty much everywhere. But originally, this was his dad's business. This was the very first one. And it was also featured in a movie called American Graffiti. This was the original one that was here in the 50s. It closed like in the 60s and 70s, I believe. And then he reopened it in the late 80s, around the time I was graduating high school. And this was my first job. So yeah, Mel's Drive-In, it's weird. I was working for minimum wage, which back then was like $4.15 an hour, something insane like that. But Yeah, it took me forever to save up for a car. So I worked here, saved all my money, and took my money after a whole summer of working nonstop, and I bought myself a IROC Z Camaro. Those were big back then. A lot of people used to make fun of the name IROC. They were like, oh, you know what it stood for? Like, it stands for Italian Reject Out Cruising. Not cool. Not cool. It actually stood for International Race of Champions. But a lot of people would like tease me, a lot of my friends, like, Italian Reject Out Cruising, and it's IROC. Anyway, getting back to the topic of the video. Women hate the red pill because the red pill keeps them accountable. The red pill exposes them for who they truly are. And best of all, the red pill awakens millions of other men out there. Okay? Millions of other men out there. Because from time to time, I get Christian women, right? And I'm Catholic, so I understand. I get Christian women who respectfully, a lot of them are pretty respectful. They say, well, what would God want you to do? Would God want you doing this? I tell them, I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, you know why? Because the red pill is really the only antidote to single motherhood and having bastard children and having kids out of wedlock. And I'm like, the red pill is all about fighting feminism, which is, in many ways, I'm like, you know, if you want to get biblical about it, is satanic, right? Because it's promoting satanic values. So all you women who think you're Christian and you're supporting feminism, no, you're actually promoting Satanism. Okay, because anything that confuses the sexes, like feminism, is all about confusing women into acting like men and men into acting like women, confusing little girls into acting like little boys, and confusing little boys into acting like little girls. Anything that confuses the sexes is Luciferian. It's satanic. As it says in the Bible, who is the author of confusion? It's Satan. It's Lucifer. He is the author of confusion. And it also says so in the Bible, in the scriptures, which obviously many of you women do not read enough, who are asking me what God would think of all this. It says in the scriptures very specifically that if you harm children, if you confuse their minds, which feminism is doing, brainwashing them, turning boys into girls, girls into boys, you will be held accountable. Your judgment day will come. So, you want to ask me again what God would think of all this? I'm Catholic. Okay, I would not put anything out that is satanic. I would never support satanic values. I would never support feminist values. But obviously, if you're asking that question to me, you are. I mean, I've gone to Catholic private school my entire life, right? So I am well versed in the scriptures, you know, and I'm also well versed in what it says about finding a virtuous woman. You guys who want to find a virtuous woman, read Proverbs 31-10 on what the Bible tells you about how hard it is to find a virtuous woman, how she's worth more than a handful of rubies if you could find a virtuous woman, aka a unicorn. But at the end of the day, this is why women hate the red pill, because it exposes their true female nature and it awakens men at the same time. It's brilliant. And this is the most powerful antidote for the times we're living in now, with all this feminist propaganda, all of the confusion of young children, trying to teach them that it's okay to abandon their gender. It's okay to act like a boy if you're a girl, or act like a girl if you're a boy. You know, a lot of people talk about the suicide rate of transsexuals, transgenders, transvestites. That's what we used to call them in the 80s. Even though it wasn't the proper term for them, but that's the term everybody used. It's like transvestite. They have the highest suicide rate out of any group in society. And it's not because society is mean to them and we're not accepting enough. It's because they hate themselves. They hate the gender they were born in. And instead of getting them mental help, society encourages them to be whatever they want to be. And then a few years later, they just can't take it anymore, and then they off themselves, right? This does not happen to people who get psychological attention in time. This is why I say leftists have so much blood on their hands. It's insane. But not to get too far off topic, that is why women hate the red pill, just because they can never accept the truth. They can never hold themselves accountable, and at the end of the day, they lack agency. I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. And for you guys who want to subscribe to my channel, it's very important you guys subscribe to my channel. It tells YouTube you are loving my content and you want me to produce more of it, especially all of this red pill content I've been teaching lately. So make sure you subscribe as well. And for you guys who want to support my work, support my content, and all of this red pill knowledge I'm teaching you guys here on my channel, the best way to do that is to jump into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest women on the planet. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s. The same exact type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. The best part about 7 Months Mastery is all of the skills, techniques, and tactics that you're going to be learning in my program can be used not only to attract beautiful women into your life, but they can also be used to attract a better life, to create the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Okay, these are skills that you can use to game the world. Because as I always teach my students, life is pickup. Every human interaction involves game. Okay, even on yourself. Okay, a lot of guys use pickup and game on themselves to get in a better shape, to make more money, to get better jobs, better careers. Okay, again, you can use this stuff on the world. That's what makes these skills and just the ability to work game so priceless and so invaluable. Okay, so if you want to jump into 7 Months of Mastery, it's going to be something that will change your life. The skills, tactics that you're going to be learning, you can use to teach other men, to teach your own sons, to teach men in your family. You're really going to get your money's worth by learning what I have to teach you. So if you want to get signed up, just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.